Hi, my name is Bose John, and in this brief presentation, I'll be introducing you to Skyway String Transport Technology as the transport that our planet needs. I want you to take note of the word planet. We are talking about something that the Earth itself needs. Skyway is not just a transportation system of the future. Skyway is the transportation that our planet desires. And I'll be telling you why in this short presentation. Now, first off, I'd like you to know that modern transport is destroying our planet. This our planet is dying. If you've not thought about it, I want you to think about it. We have climate change, which is occurring as a result of some of the problems of modern transportation. We have over 4,600 kilograms of carbon dioxide emitted by one car in a year. Up to 30% greenhouse gas in the US and Europe are caused by cars, automobile emission. Now, if the greenhouse gas hits the atmosphere by 1.5 degrees Celsius every year, that means in 12 years' time, we will be facing a climate crisis. Coastlines will be inundated, there will be large-scale droughts, there will be forest fires, simply because of the emission of carbon dioxide from the automobiles that plow our roads. Let me put it in layman terms. The emission from those automobiles on the road, they go up into the atmosphere and they cause, they call them greenhouse gases. They cause like a layer of gas. It contributes to the depletion of the natural ozone layer, which is the naturally occurring belt in the atmosphere. The ozone layer depletes that, and then it prevents the natural flow of oxygen in the atmosphere, which now makes the atmosphere hotter. And the depletion of the ozone layer makes the intensity of the sun hotter, because the ozone layer is a layer that prevents the ultraviolet rays of the sun from being so severe on the Earth's atmosphere. Now, if that layer is being depleted, what happens is that the intensity of the sun increases. Now, that is also a problem, because when the sun is hotter, it melts the ice bodies in places like the North Pole, where we have ice bodies, places like Antarctica. And when these ice bodies break off in large sizes, I'm talking bigger than, in certain cases, bigger than a country, and then they break off and fall into the sea, they begin to float. And when they float and get to warmer temperatures, they melt and dissolve into the sea. And then the sea level increases. What happens to coastlines and countries that are in the coast? They get flooded. So you see problems of flooding, you see problems of droughts, you see problems of forest fires. They are traceable to all these climate change. I've just talked about melting of the ice bodies, increasing of the sea level, and flooding. What about forest fire? When the intensity of the sun is so much, it can ignite areas where there are forests. We have talked about the forest fires in Australia because of the high temperature of that region. We've talked about, we've experienced forest fires in many different places, and we need these forests, we need these trees in order for us to have oxygen, because trees emit oxygen and we badly need oxygen because it is what we survive with, it is what we breathe. So you can see how our action is indirectly killing and harming our planet Earth. So we need a solution. Another problem we have is the problem of disappearance of naturally occurring landscape. To build a road, you grade the land, you construct with asphalt, and you make that soil, you can no longer use that soil for agricultural purposes. You can no longer use that piece of land for housing purposes. You've just made it unproductive. You've just made it, you can no longer use it for anything. If you construct on a piece of land, you construct a road, you cannot farm on that land. You cannot build on that land. That land is just going to serve the purpose of a road. And then when you think of the fact that you have to construct a whole lot of roads connecting different cities, sub-states, regions, districts, and then when there is population explosion and maybe densely populated areas where people are so much like urban centers, and you have so many cars on the road leading to traffic congestion, you want to ease the traffic, what do? You construct more roads, or you make the roads you've constructed bigger, wider. You have to demolish houses to build larger roads. All of this is contributing to depleting land, depleting nature, depleting naturally occurring space. And if you think of the fact that our earth is fixed, the earth is not elastic, you cannot stretch it. When you think of that, you discover that this is a big problem. When you also think of the fact that when population explodes, like when children are born, and then these are new people who need to be fed, and then you are using the land which you should have used for agricultural purposes for construction of roads, because these people also need to move from one place to another. You see that there is a problem, because how does the government decide what land to use for road, what land to use for agriculture, and what land to use for housing? The problem of urban planning comes into play. And this is a big problem, because land is limited, because the earth is limited. You do not add more land. You have just that amount of land. And what you use it for becomes its purpose, whether housing, agriculture, or for the construction of roads. Now, with that in mind, think of the next problem that modern transportation is causing, which is the death of wildlife. Over 1 million animals die every year in countries like the United States of America alone. That is 2.5 times. There have been decreased in the number of wildlife over the last 50 years. Animals are dying in the millions under the wheels of cars every year, because some of this road run through places where there are forests, and these animals crossing the road get knocked down. Not just animals, people too. People get crushed by vehicles because those vehicles run on land and humans walk on land. And sometimes there are collisions due to human error. The whole world is looking for a solution. They've tried different solutions. They've tried the introduction of electric motors by companies like Tesla. They've introduced exhaust filters. They've increased the standard of fuel. They've even introduced the use of biofuel in some cases, like in the aeronautic industry. And there are places where they plant greenery spaces, like greenhouses, where they plant trees. Now, the best solution in all of this is Skyway. Skyway is an above-ground electric vehicle on high-strength string rails. It does not occupy space on land. And it has an electric motor, so it does not generate emission. Furthermore, it is unmanned. That's to say, it works with the autopilot. And the margin of human error is greatly reduced because Skyway uses unmanned vehicles. It saves nature because Skyway can be constructed, because it takes up minimal space on land, it can be constructed with the water bodies and the forest remaining untouched. Now, you cannot do this in the case of construction of roads. But when you're constructing Skyway elevated string transport technology, which is constructed on the second level, not on land, but on the second level. That is not on air, not on land, but in between on the second level. You are using up less space on land, and you are not harming the forest or the water bodies. The animals are safe. Because the vehicles run above the ground, the chances of colliding with animals is zero. How does Skyway work? It works with high-strength string rails which are pre-stressed. The Skyway rails are additionally reinforced with tension string and bundles of stretched steel cables. It works with an electric engine which can run on any environmentally friendly fuel from natural gas to methane and hydrogen. Hydrogen is water. So the engine of Skyway can be powered by hydrogen. Think about that. It has a streamlined body, and the aerodynamics of the transport can reduce fuel consumption by tens of times and accelerate safely to speeds of above 500 kilometers per hour. Think about that. The flyover of Skyway is located above the ground, and it can be built on any terrain from mountain chains to deserts and even to jungles. That is to say, areas where other transportation cannot be built, Skyway can be built there. Now, where is it being constructed? Where in the world does Skyway exist at the moment? Skyway exists in the Eco-Techno Park, which is a 36-hectare structure in Belarus. This is a testing center, and they've constructed 5 types of transport. 8 types of transport. 5 types of transports were built. 8 types of transport have been tested so far. 6,000 visitors have become passengers on the Skyway structure in Eco-Techno Park in Belarus. You can actually check the location on Google Map. You type Skyway Eco-Techno Park, you would see the Google Map location in Minsk in Belarus. They've also constructed the Skyway Test Center in the Emirates of Sharjah, and in October 2019, they started the first section of the Skyway Test Center in the Emirates of Sharjah. You can equally browse Skyway Test Center in Sharjah and you would see the location on Google Maps. Now, the project of Skyway track in Dubai, in April 2019, the Emir of Dubai approved a package of projects proposed by the Ministry of Transport of Dubai, and the projects include the Skyway 15-kilometer urban transport system. So that's to tell you that Skyway is already executing a project for the Emirates of Dubai. How does Skyway develop? It develops due to crowdfunding. Anybody, anywhere can invest in the Skyway transport and get a share in the internationally and environmentally friendly project of Skyway. Investors from over 200 countries of the world. And you can invest from as little as $50, which is the minimal investment in Skyway. The investment in Skyway gives you the right to receive dividends from every implemented Skyway project anywhere in the world. It can save tens of millions of animals from death on the road and preserve hundreds of square kilometers of forest, fields, and reservoirs that would have been removed for the construction of roads. It can also allow for the existing roads to be reused for other purposes. For example, if Skyway is adopted as the official transportation, for example, where Dubai wants to adopt Skyway and use it to automate over 25% of their public transport network, some of the existing roads can be converted and reused, maybe for agriculture or housing. Skyway financing is coming to an end because Skyway had 15 or has 15 stages of development in their developmental plan before they reach self-sufficiency and begin to make profit. And after the 15 stages, you can no longer invest in Skyway string transport technology, you can only invest in targeted individual projects. And today we are at the 14th stage of Skyway development, which means it is coming to an end. The pre-IPO of Skyway is coming to an end. When it goes to IPO, you can no longer invest except in targeted projects. The Skyway project is the safe future of the planet. Investing in Skyway helps to bring that future closer. Now, you have heard about what Skyway is about. You have heard about how to partner with the Skyway project from as little as $50 investment. What you need to do right now is to register for free in the Skyway back office using the link which will be sent alongside with this presentation. Then you look through the investment packages for the one you can afford and secure it by making payments. You register your account, verify your account, look through investment packages offered by Skyway, make payment to secure any investment package of your choice. You can also invite investors to the Skyway project as a partner and get 15% commission from any amounts they invest as a partner of the Skyway project. So what are you waiting for? The next move is yours. Thank you.